That's the shit that go on in Hartford. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep my shit moving, man. I be on the low. Try to duck this dumb shit. I'm coming from a boy house, man. That's the shit you come through, man. You just shooting through. Yeah, man. People out there, man, stay safe, man. Yeah, man, worry about your family. Trust me, niggas don't give a fuck, bro. Niggas don't give a fuck about you. They only give a fuck about theirs. Be smart, man. I told you I be making these beats, man. Every day, on them. Try to stay busy with this, man. Get better and better. Back with another edition of How Connecticut Do is your boy Flo. Today, man, we talking about the 5 cities in Connecticut. Or we just gonna talk about Connecticut cities, Connecticut rap scene, and just talk about the state as a whole. As y'all know, Hartford is the capital of Connecticut. Bridgeport is the biggest city in Connecticut by population. Hartford got the biggest metro though. If you ask me, Hartford is the heart of Connecticut. Like, this is Connecticut. We don't got no Boston influence, no New York influence. Like, Connecticut, when it comes to Connecticut, Hartford is the heart of it. And I think the second biggest city is New Haven or Stamford. I know they fighting for number 2. I think it's New Haven, then Stamford, then Hartford at number 4 now. But at one point, Hartford was the biggest city in Connecticut. Like, I want to say in the 60s and 70s, it was the biggest city. It peaked at 177,000. And, Hartford been losing a lot of its population to its outskirts. So the city population went down, I think it's like 125,000, somewhere around there. So it's the 4th right now. Behind it is Waterbury. And so, yeah, stop the violence in Hartford, man. Like, I heard they caught the kid who shot the 3-year-old, and the messed up thing is he a kid himself. I heard he was from New Britain. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but, it's a kid, all 3 kids, man, just gone, man. 19-year-old, I know he over 18, but he's still a kid. And you know what I'm saying? It's up to OGs to tell these kids, man, stop doing that craziness, man. As soon as you seen a kid, you were supposed to be like, nah. But these young boys be so much off an impulse, he probably like, man, I see the op, man, I'm about to get him. But you see, you took a little kid out, man, a little 3-year-old for something, that little 3-year-old had nothing to do with nothing. So it's sad to see, all these young brothers just losing their life, even the shooter. He's a young boy now. He probably gonna be in jail for the longest. And I heard they caught another kid too. They probably gonna catch him on because everybody look out for themselves nowadays. You can't really trust nobody, so all of them probably get caught. You know what I'm saying? I would say they deserve it, and all in heart actuality they do deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Because that 3-year-old didn't deserve that. But it's just a whole bunch of babies just lost. You know what I'm saying? So us OGs, man, we gotta check that, man, in the city, man. We gotta stop these kids. And then we act like they wild, like, yo, these little dudes wild, we can't do that. Yes, we can. Like, I mean, really, is you scared of these young boys like that? Like, you feel me? You should be able to tell a young boy, like, man, nah, man, not over here, bro. And then at the end of the day, we got kids. No way, like, I'm going to tell some young boy to do something crazy when I know I got kids to look after, and I know the next people got kids to look after. You got to tell them, like, yo, man, keep it moving with that, bro. In all actuality, get that shit out of here, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't over no real shit, like I said, I do think people deserve to die. Certain people, you know what I'm saying? Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. You know, certain people do deserve it, man. And those be the ones who start trouble for no reason. The ones who killing kids for no reason, or, you know what I'm saying, just making the community a rot. But if somebody trying to, you know, mess with your well-being, man, they trying to mess with your kids, mess with your money or whatever, man, anything that really mess up your way of living, and okay, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you got to do what you got to do. You know, I ain't really condoning violence, but, you know, I ain't going to tell you something that I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? If somebody was doing that to mine, then I might feel I have to go do something crazy. But other than that, man, let people live, man. Like, life is too precious, man. We go out here, we trying to be stuff that we ain't, man. We need to just be ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So, man, Hartford, stop the violence, man. And shoot, New Haven, stop the violence too. Bridgeport, stop the violence. Waterbury, stop the violence. All of them, all the four. Far as I know, Stanford is it's kind of more mellow than the rest of the four. I mean, I got peoples in Stanford. You know, people. My cousin, and you know, he got peoples down there, so he introduced me some people around there when he was living there. And you know, we've been around Stanford, walked around Stanford. You know, yeah, you know, Stanford got its rough areas, but it's mad mellow. Like, it's way laid back compared to the rest of the four. You know, and to tell you the truth, I can live there. Like, it's city enough, but then it's laid back enough for me. You know, that's why I like living in the outskirts. You know, I could go in the city and chill, but you know, at nighttime when you wanna, you know, go lay your head, you want to lay where it's quiet, where you ain't got to worry about dudes shooting your house up or running in your shit, or, you know, for you even to be on militant shit every time you come out your house. You know what I'm saying? And I live in the suburbs, and I live around, it's black people in my area where I live at. So, you know, to me, people just be a little bit different in these areas, you know, versus when you in the pits. Like, when you in Hartford and the north in certain areas, man, it's go time to me all the time. You could just tell the way people look at you, just the energy you get. People just wilding over the dumbest shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that shit go on in other cities in Connecticut too, just like it go on in other big cities across, you know, United States. But, yeah, I like Stanford, and I like, you know, how they keep it well kept, and you know what I'm saying? You know, not saying that it won't happen over there, but for the most part, you know, when I was down there, I heard them kept saying, yo, we work in this city. It's a working city, you know what I mean? Because they knew I was from up north in Connecticut, like Hartford area. So, you know, big up to Stanford, though. Shout out to my boy Jersey, and shout out to Miz. That's where I did my first podcast in Stanford. So, you know, yeah, I like Stanford. I love Hartford too. Hartford is home. You know what I mean? I don't care where I'm at in Hartford. I never feel like I'm unsafe in Hartford, even though it goes down. Hartford is a gritty little city. And to me, Hartford is just as gritty as any city in the country. I mean, I know, you know, you get people from these big cities like New York, Chicago, LA. They look at it like, oh, you know, that's Connecticut, oh, it's sweet. I was listening to Hassan Campbell one time, and he was like, you know, New York dudes go anywhere and get money, but nobody never come to New York and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to keep it real. I don't know nobody from no other town coming to Hartford and saying that they done took over the town. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just ain't happening over here, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know. Hartford is a little gritty little, and is all packed on top of each other, a bunch of buildings. You know, that's another thing. Like, Hartford look different than a lot of the cities in Connecticut. And I've been to all of them. You know what I'm saying? I've been to New Haven. I love New Haven. to me, New Haven, downtown life, like, it's vibrant. They got it's always stuff going on. Like, I love New Haven and the stuff that they got. But Hartford to me is a little bit more concrete, you know what I'm saying? And Bridgeport, to be honest, I say Bridgeport and Hartford is probably the overall grittiest in Connecticut. Like, far as how it's kept up and just how it's patting on top of each other, you know what I mean? New Haven, to me, is pretty well kept up too. It ain't like Stanford, don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? Because you take the wrong turn in New Haven, you know, they got a couple of areas where you like, bro, like, yeah, it's wild over here. But, you know what I'm saying? Definitely not like Stanford. But for the most part, how they got, you know, New Haven got some nice parts, a lot of houses in New Haven. So it make it look more kept up. You know, Hartford got a lot of buildings. And then Bridgeport got a lot of houses, but they got a lot of three families, and it seems like they so close together, so it make it look a little gritty. You know what I'm saying? But definitely, I think Hartford and Bridgeport probably the most grittiest looking overall. But Waterbury area, like the Willow Street, and you go up around in North Main and all that, and them little areas that's in between, it's pretty raggedy up there too, real raggedy too. Houses falling down, like you'll think you like down south somewhere, the way they houses look all beat up and stuff, but they ain't got the buildings like Hartford do either. So, and one thing about Waterbury, like once you take a few turns out of it, you in a nice area, like almost look suburbish. Like what is it, Meriden Road? You know, one of my cousins live over there. Like, you know, them side streets over there don't even got sidewalks. Like, it's real nice over there. But Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, and Waterbury definitely is the grittiest cities in Connecticut. And if you from out of town, you from another city, don't think you gonna come here like, yo, this a small town, I'm gonna take it over, I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. You will get yourself into something, and you probably something you can't handle, because dudes around here is on some gritty shit. And another thing what big people don't understand big city people don't understand is that, you know, just because Hartford and New Haven and Bridgeport, they look at us as small because we got under 200,000 people. But we got high murder rates for these little cities. Like Hartford got a murder rate of 17. For every 100,000 is 17 murders. And they got only 125,000 people in the whole city. So if you do the math, if Hartford was as big as Chicago or Philly or any of them, it'd have the same amount of murders. Same amount of murders. You know what I'm saying? You putting 125,000 city population up against a city of like 1.5 million, 2 million, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why they got all the murders. Like, they got 400 something murders, but if you break it down by 100,000, they probably got a murder rate of 17, 16, 18 around Hartford. You know what I mean? So don't come to Connecticut thinking that it's not gritty here, because it is gritty. And our city's always been gritty. Even in the early 90s, Hartford used to put up more murders than it do now. And for the last couple years, I would say Hartford been the most dangerous when it comes to homicides. You know what I mean? And pretty much, I say through a lot of the years, Hartford been on top a lot of times when it come to homicides. You know, New Haven done had his reign too. And, you know, Bridgeport had his reign. Bridgeport had the most homicides in Connecticut history. I think they had 61 homicides. But Hartford had 58. And Hartford got about like 20,000 less more people. So, I mean, it's roughly the same. 58, 61. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what New Haven clocked in at their worst. But, you know, New Haven could get there too. I mean, Hartford, New Haven, and Bridgeport is like comparing a bad apple, a bad orange, and a bad pear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, them three roughly any year something could happen, and, you know, the murders just go skyrocket. So, when you in them three cities, and even Waterbury now, because at one point Waterbury wasn't as bad. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, there's been a lot of stuff going on in Waterbury. A lot of, you know what I mean, that I be seeing on the news. So, you know, Doing 4 cities. In Connecticut, you definitely gotta be careful with it. And in Stanford too, watch your back. Stanford, I'm not saying y'all sweet at all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could catch it in any Connecticut city. And even the little ones like Meriden, man, them dudes out there getting the shooting. Even Hamden, and that's a small little town. East Hartford, Manchester, London. You got places in Connecticut that, bro, you better watch your back. So, you know what I mean? Connecticut never been sweet. Don't think it's all riches. Even though we do got a lot of rich stuff here and a lot of nice areas here. Don't get me wrong. But we do got a dark side. And far as things to do, I like going to New Haven. I like party. I like going to New Haven. Me and my kids love New Haven. We love going to New Haven. Some days we'll just get up, leave Hartford, go to New Haven for a little while. We just finally, I want to say a week ago or two, matter of fact, Easter, we went to New Haven. We took the Hartford Rail to New Haven, and we went and got on the Beats. So they call it a Beats, whatever it is. The Pepe's Pizza. And to me, it ain't the greatest pizza in America like they say it is, but it is good. It's good pizza. And it's a lot different than the pizza that we eat in Hartford County. Like, I'm used to like a thicker pan pizza, like, you know what I mean? I like regular pan style. This is more of like a flat, like a flatbread type pizza, I would say. But it's crispy. It's good. It's definitely good. But I say it's the best pizza though, I don't know though. Because at one point, I grew up on Mr. Pizza in Blue Hills. That was the first pizza I ever ate in my life. And then when we moved to the burbs, I was eating Town Line, which was really good pizza too, in Sainsbury. And, to be honest, where we live at right now, I live in like the Bristol, Farmington, New Britain area. They pizza over here in Bristol. Farmington is God. We haven't really found no good pizza over here like that. So we be driving our pizza, or we'd go to my brother's spot, get food, or we drive our pizza I drive a pizza from Windsor or Hartford out here, you know what I mean? So, in our area pizza, I don't know. I would give it to New Haven when it comes to pizza. And I love that a Beatsa or whatever, a Beats. I love that name. I think Connecticut, every pizza shop we should call a pizza a Beats. It's on the strength of New Haven. And how New Haven just made it so nationally known that, with Beats. So shout out to New Haven with the pizza. We're going to go back and we're going to try the rest of them. We're going to try Modern, we're going to try Sally's. And we're going to see, which one take the cake. I mean, Pepe's is good. Is it the best? Nah. But it's definitely good pizza. So, yeah, we'll be back. And far as other cities hanging out, like I hung out in Waterbury a few times. We went to a few clubs in Waterbury, Paradise with my cousin Jason back in the day. Waterbury got some good clubs. But other than that, Waterbury, I haven't really did too much partying. Like I go to Texas Roadhouse in Waterbury, that's it. With my kids. But other than that, we stay in the Hartford area. We went to Bridgeport a couple times, just to circle around and stuff like that and see what's going on. And we never, every time we ate, it was always outside of Bridgeport. So, I mean, Fairfield County area, but like Fairfield, the actual town. So, pretty much Hartford and New Haven is my stomping grounds. From here to there. You know what I mean? I think that's the heart of Connecticut, period. Because New Haven, there's a lot of stuff going on in New Haven, especially at night for adults. You know what I mean? Hartford kind of at night kind of watered down a little bit because, it is a bunch of big buildings, but it's mainly like office space. But it is getting better, though. They're changing it around. Definitely for the better. And I want to talk about the rap scene. It's funny, I don't know too many rappers from Waterbury. I know a couple from Bridgeport. To be honest, there's one dude from Bridgeport, his name Mula Guapo. I think home hard. I think he hard right now. He definitely, to me, one of the top, should be the top mentioned in Connecticut. I like the dude Brillo too from Bridgeport. He hard too. From New Haven, I like the kid. The kid, what's his name? Ty Henney. I heard a few of his things. There's a couple other dudes I heard from New Haven too. They popping. Stanford, I don't really know too many Stanford rappers except my boy Jersey, man. And to me, he probably the hottest dude out there. I'm gonna give him that one right there. And like I said, Waterbury, I don't really even know. Hartford though, I got a couple dudes I like from the city. You know what I mean? To me, the hardest dudes, like I like to listen to lyrics. So when I'm, lyrically, I think that boy Gold, he definitely one of the hardest in the city. I like the dude Snitty too, Tripe Snitty. He got some them bars, man. Ever since we was younger, he had them bars. And so Gold too. My little cousin Quiz, man, free him. His mouth is reckless too. I give it up to Sax Fifth. Definitely one of the hardest out there too. Hartford Poe, I just really started listening to Hartford Poe, but that boy he definitely got something to say. I'm gonna put them probably my hardest rappers that I like from Hartford. I know there's more I should be mentioning because there's definitely a bunch out there, but them the ones I could, I'm thinking about offhand. To me, those are the hardest in the city. Just give it a matter of time, and them dudes, they keep going at it. They gonna get somewhere. I feel, but if New York stop blackballing us, I said in New York, y'all be blackballing us, man. Always been, man. Yeah, man. Then the dude Rich Dollars, and he from Waterbury, man. How you from Waterbury and you on Love and Hip Hop? You ain't got no single Connecticut dude in there. Like, that's another thing, man. We need to stop. Come on, man. We gotta bring us up there. Like, how you go to another state and then you working with all the other state rappers and then you right next door? I don't respect Rich Dollars. I know he from Waterbury. No diss to Waterbury, but man, get on your man. Tell that dude what he doing. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's my Hartford rant for the day of my other 5 cities in Connecticut. If y'all got some other rappers y'all want to mention that's from Hartford that y'all think that's the hardest, man, put it in the comments. Or New Haven, or Bridgeport, or Waterbury, or Stanford, put it in the comments, man. Because I definitely really want to start playing music where I could play, make a little competition, man. Put music up against music. And, everybody from different cities, man, and we just vote and see who the hardest, you know what I mean? Because I know, we all got it, man, every city in Connecticut. And one thing I notice about the cities in Connecticut, we stay segregated. Like, I don't see too much collaboration with artists from other cities. I know some people do it, don't get me wrong, but we need to do it more on a major scale because Connecticut a little state. And our cities really ain't that far apart. You know what I mean? So we should be doing way more collaborating, man, and to push this movement in Connecticut, man. I'm going to do my best to try. Like I said, I'm working on the beats. I'm doing my thing, man. And, hopefully, man, we just bridge it somewhere, man. Just get people on the track. I know my cousin Andrew, Space, he done did a mixtape, and I think he done had everybody in the state on it, if I'm not mistaken. So, it is dudes out there that's pushing, man. And just keep pushing, man, for that Connecticut sound, because I really think we next. I think we next, man. We next. We on deck. We next. So, yeah, man, that's it. That's all I really got to say for this video. Also, man, let me get some RIPs out there, man. It's been a rough last year. This year just been rough just for my family, for people I know. You know what I mean? RIP to my grandmother, man. Lost her last year. RIP to my Aunt Lynn. Lost her last year. RIP Uncle Honey Bunch. That's my grandmother's brother. We lost him last year. RIP to my Uncle Mikey. We lost him last year. And then, we lost a bunch of other people too. It ain't really coming to me right now, but You know, R.I.P. man, and R.I.P. my boy Ali, man. You know, that's another dude, man. Good dude, man. I known him since I was a kid. You know, he always been cool with my cousins, and you know, at one point, me and my cousins we was together every day. So he was family to them, so he became like family to me. So R.I.P. man, and you know, tomorrow gonna be a rough day. So just God bless everybody. God bless Hartford, man. God bless Connecticut. And so we meet again to the next video, man. I'm gonna try to be sooner than later, man. I just been working, man. Alright, holla at your boy, Flo. This how Connecticut do. One love.
You like the Do you like the song, Carter?
Yeah.
You know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe for more.